I didn't know anyone, didn't know how to speak English. This sort of isolation was horrible. It makes my husband turn to gambling, and it caused so many problems. I tried to hide my suffering from my children because my husband still continuously abusing me and hit me. And then one day he just hit me a lot, so I was in hospital. So I got a lot of bruise in my body, and mentally I was so weak and very weak. And even I couldn't tell to my friends and anybody, I couldn't tell. That's why it was really, really difficult. And then one day the hospital staff, they just recommended Shakti.
Did you go to hospital because you'd been hurt?
He cut my hand with mirror, so like, and he didn't take to me the doctor, and I have headache and have and I was in badly condition. Lived there 4 days in hospital, but he didn't came to visit me. I met there one social worker. I was not in good condition. My baby's health also not good. Like no one came here, so he is not caring about you. She told me about Shakti.
When Humura was discharged from hospital, she was taken to one of Shakti's safe houses.
It's a safe shelter. I can sleep very well. I have no worry, nothing. When I sleep, I know I'm safe. When I have problem, I know I have to tell that person.
I feel so relieved when I got to Shakti. Shakti provided a safe house for me, so I was physically protected from any harm and had some counseling. I was really needed someone to talk about my experiences. I couldn't tell my friends. I received so much help legally and a bit of financial aid. I left everything in their hands.
When domestic violence occurs, they kind of left isolated, abandoned, lack of community support, lack of family support.
It's very hard for me because I'm not used to living without family. Nobody is around with me when I want to share something. But like slowly, I feel like Shakti is my family, so I'm very happy with them. I live here in Shakti 16 months. It's a very long time. I made here many friends. Yeah. And also like Sheila Frida is very cooperative with me. They provide me protection order, then take to me doctor, provide food, my lawyers, everything.
I didn't know there was a place like Shakti to help people like me. I was so happy that there was someone willing to help me in my situation. They gave me so much strength, and I started to feel some hope emotionally.
We would like to see women empowered and living lives free of fear and violence, and most of all, but dignity and self-respect.
Shakti is an organisation determined to protect ethnic women from cultural oppression in their communities.
Through the experience of working with the women who accessed our services, there was a definite need for a support program for survivors of violence once they passed the crisis stage.
When I was first at Shakti, they noticed that I was quite withdrawn, and so they suggest I go to CETEC, which is the education branch at Shakti.
We started thinking we really need to go back to providing educational program providing little bit more support for those women. And that's how we end up setting up Second Chance program. The Second Chance program, which is a holistic approach to education. We have English classes, computer classes, group counseling, one-to-one counseling.
Huma is using CTAC's computer course to help her prepare to run her own business.
It's good for me, good for future point of view. I can handle my business very well because I learn cash books, like how to make receipts books, final recording, everything.
I was initially hesitant, but at CTAC I met other women who had similar experience, and their women are all different cultures. I decided to enroll in a computer course so I can learn new skills and become financially independent.
Well, the aims for these students who are participating is that they will finish up with the Level 2 National Certificate in Business Administration and Computing. They get a national certificate which is portable. Say they don't finish the qualification here and they move out of town, they can go to a local provider and complete it because it's a national qualification.
If we're doing this course, so we know how to make applications, how to keep our record.
Through the course at CTAC, I also made many friends. That is really important about Shakti because the women have experienced domestic violence and we understand each other.
It was through the police that I came to know of Shakti, and then when I came here, then I came to know about them and the opportunities they provide for those women who out there's nothing for them. They help us be who we want to be. This will help me in doing administration office. I'll find a career there, a job opportunity. Everybody has a future, and for the future you have to study and get education. It will help me to stand on my own feet and be who I want to be.
There are many program components to the Second Chance program, including women's assertiveness, finance and budgeting, group therapy and positive parenting.
How difficult was it for you to be a mum in someone else's home?
I have a very hard time. Yeah, I have a very hard time. It's like a very old generation which I have to suffer.
A lot of our clients were parented traditionally in whatever culture they come from. And there were set rules and set regulations, but they're finding it very difficult. They find it very difficult when the children start school here in New Zealand. They're breaking away, especially if they're parenting teenagers. Some of them are still under the pressure of their family traditions and their family.
They didn't want me to bring up my kids in my way, they want to bring them their way.
Their way.
Yeah.
And this is a major issue for you.
Because I am alone here without my family, I need help. I attend positive parenting, which is very good for me. As a mother, I know how to handle my daughter now. I learn what to do when she cries, how to make her happy.
It only takes about 4 weeks of the course, and then we start to see the change.
As well as positive parenting, CTAC provides art therapy classes and driving instruction.
Driving is very important, you know. If you don't drive, you can't move anywhere. I got my learner lessons and now I'm driving very well.
We do see many success stories because women empowerment is the fundamental philosophy that we work on.
The courage that these ladies have. For a European person to say break away and come into a safe house, it's not as devastating as it is for our ladies to have to break a marriage.
For us, we need to stand up for our rights. It wasn't easy for Western women either. It should not be labeled as if women standing up against violence is a Western concept. It's definitely not a Western concept. This is a human rights, and rights of all women is same regardless of color, race and religion. There's a poster, say no to violence. Slowly there's a man coming out and saying there's no to gay.
Ask for help!
The White Ribbon Day, some of the ethnic men will be coming together.
The police are also involved in White Ribbon Day, encouraging members of the community to come forward and report domestic violence.
It's just getting the community involved and bringing problems to the police. Most homicides in New Zealand are domestic related. A lot of people don't like reporting family violence. A lot of it is reported by neighbours or other family members. A lot of people don't like to get involved, but we try and break down the barriers and so much that they feel easier to come to the police and tell us their problems so we can be proactive and work and set up resources that can combat the violence in the home.
And this is an opportunity to speak out and to make the people more aware that this is not acceptable.
There is no difference between men and women. They all are equal in the eyes of God. This is Islamic perception, Islamic view. It is very important for me to preach that domestic violence is not allowed in Islam. So this has to be promoted among the people of this country.
You're not bringing your country over here. This is New Zealand. It's a different culture, it's a different set of values.
We need to stop parents doing the abuse to each other. It's a model to the children. The children, when they grow up, they will do the same thing.
I only wish that I had spoken out earlier because I could have protected my children from the emotional pain. I would like to say to other women, don't be mistaken. Time will not resolve the abuse.
As a New Zealander being here for 15 years, I think our country is doing really well. The women are putting faith into the system.
And Humura has big plans for the future.
I want to set up higher level in my business. My problem is small, nothing now, but after 1 year, I show you where I am.
I feel much confidence in my life. Most important thing is now I'm very happy.
I'm a businesswoman now, running my own beauty parlor. I now have a good future with my daughter. Finish.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.